Hey, Rob, what's that?
What's what?
That thing right in front of you, man.
Oh. You mean the script that's telling me to remind our listeners to subscribe to Geeklirious on iTunes or any platform of their choice?
Yeah, but wasn't there more?
Alright, let me take a look. Oh, hey, there's a part where I tell the listeners to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter using our handle @Geeklirious.
Yeah, that's the best line I ever wrote.
Oh, crap. I deleted it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 27 of Geeklirious. My name is Brian, along with my co-host,
Mike.
And we are going to be talking some Avengers Infinity War today.
Yes, so lovely to be back.
It is, on this lovely gray Long Island day, as I peer out the window. So we're going to be talking a full review, a full breakdown, and I think general reactions.
Yeah, overall impressions and everything in between.
But first off, as we always do, let's do a little spring cleaning. Mike, how have you been doing this week?
Good, yeah. Getting used to being, normally we do the end of the week show, and we did, but now for special Avengers stuff, we have to get a good review in so we can remember everything.
It's crazy. Yeah, I definitely want to get this review up as fast as possible because the longer it sits in your head, the more you forget things. So I wanted to.
Yeah, we want to be fresh.
Exactly.
But everything's good. Nice, enjoying day. What about you?
Oh, well, I'm going to Disney in 2 days, so as you can see, I got my large suitcase and
I see.
Everything's all packed up, ready to go.
Looks like you're planning for a one-way trip.
Yeah, no, I'm leaving. All right, this is my last podcast, guys.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Mike's taking over full time. Yeah, doing pretty good. Saw Avengers over the weekend. I had a 9 a.m. IMAX screening.
Yeah.
I did the 2D IMAX. My one gripe is that the seats didn't recline.
What?
Yeah, they were like the nice, like leather seats, whatever they use. It was comfortable, but they didn't recline.
There was no button?
No button. I think it was like one of those things where they sacrificed the reclining features for putting more seats in the theater.
Did they?
Yeah. They were a bit more, greedy,
more. Yeah.
Which is fine, because maybe...
How much did you pay for the tickets then?
That's the thing that kills me. I paid like a little over $20 each.
No way.
Yeah.
For standard?
Yeah. I mean,
Did you go?
It was
so
IMAX.
I can burn that place down? Like, jeez.
I'm not gonna name any names. That's not nice. This is a local theater here in Farmingdale. But, yeah, no, it was just ridiculous. But
that's ridiculous, because I paid like $14 and I got the lounge.
Yeah, but was yours an IMAX?
No, it was like
yeah, see, mine was IMAX when I had that really nice screen. So, it's a bit of a trade-off.
I think I'd rather put my feet up, but
you know
whatever.
What it was? I was also watching this at 9 a.m, so there's the possibility if I did put my feet up and relax,
just out,
I might have fallen asleep. Not because the movie was terrible or anything like that. Obviously, that's not true, as we'll get into our main news story.
Yeah.
But, just for pure being tired and having to wake up early on my day off.
Yeah, that was, I had the opposite, because I had to be up early, but the movie was late, because I saw it, opening, like, the day before opening.
Yeah, you saw it like 1 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah, I saw it on, like, the Thursday.
It was technically, I guess, Friday at that point.
Yeah, Friday at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, like 1:30 in the morning. It didn't start till like 1:45. And, I didn't even have to drink an energy drink.
There you go.
But I made it through.
Took a little nappy nap beforehand?
No, I couldn't even, because we did the show.
Mm-hmm.
We did the show before that. I worked all day before that, so yeah, I couldn't even, but I managed to make it through.
Good on you.
The power of, Avengers.
So, you want to jump into our one and only news story for today?
Yeah, I mean, not really news, but just, what what was it? The box office opening, Avengers broke the record.
It broke the record. It beat Star Wars Force Awakens.
What did it do? Like 230 something mil?
Something like that.
Because I think, I was reading, Force Awakens did 237 and this did like 240.
Wow.
So yeah, it was like, no, it was like 227 Force Awakens and then 230 for, Avengers Infinity War.
That's insane. So if our viewers don't know, Star Wars The Force Awakens is the biggest box office hit in history. It earned the most money.
The quickest.
And yeah, and so Avengers Infinity War now is on track to beat Force Awakens as the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah. And I say it's easy that it's gonna. And good on them, because I really think it really was an event. You know, a lot of movies say they're events, but it's like just hype.
No.
This is an event.
It had that big movie feel.
Because it was a big movie.
Yeah,
That's like, it had the big movie feel because it was a huge, freaking massive, like, epic.
Mm-hmm. No, you can definitely tell because, like, everybody, people around my office, people I'm talking to, I talked to a guy in Target last night for like half an hour, while I was shopping about Infinity War, because he saw me, I had an Avengers hat on. He was like, "Oh, did you see the movie?" And we talked for like half an hour. It is that big of a movie.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, no, I didn't think that it was going to beat Force Awakens, but yeah, there's a strong possibility it might, and that's awesome. Good on them. I mean, as a Disney fan, seeing two of Disney's properties be probably number 1 and number 2 of all time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I get bragging rights on that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, at least, the franchise is secure, you know, we will be getting more, like, there's no fatigue, you know, so I just love it. I think it reinvigorated, we'll get more into how, but it reinvigorated the franchise. This is the kick to the groin that it needed.
I think so as well. So, you want to just dive right in? And so what we're going to do is we're going to review the movie, very briefly. Pretty much just give a spoiler free.
Yeah, we're going to give our general impressions. Yes, spoiler free, just for those have not seen it.
Yes.
But I really recommend that you do and then come back and listen to the episode.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
Because we're breaking down, as much as we can remember, we're going to talk about, because there's so much in it. And it's really hard to I don't want to, walk on eggshells. I want to be able to,
exactly,
talk about the stuff. So yeah, please watch the movie, save this, and come back and, listen.
Yeah, that sounds great. So, first of all, initial thoughts. So, what did you think of Thanos?
Oh man. I was not I love Thanos. So I love Thanos from the comics and stuff. I just did not think he was gonna be so human in this.
Yeah.
As I was just because they didn't like change his voice to be some alien sort of thing. It was Josh Brolin.
Yeah, they didn't manipulate it to make it sound deeper or anything like that.
They don't need to, because he's got a great voice, and he was pretty much perfect. I don't know, like
I think Josh Brolin really does humanize the character. He adds a ton of depth that I didn't see coming. There are flashback scenes in this movie, and there are little moments throughout that it really,
a lot of moments. This was his movie.
I was just about to say that this is. You might as well just call it like Thanos Infinity War, because he is in it so much that
rightfully so.
He might be in the movie more than like any other character. I truly believe that.
Yeah, he's definitely. Yeah, I don't think any other character got as much alone,
like screen time.
Like screen time.
Yeah.
A lot of the other characters, a lot of heroes had screen time, but they were all mixed in. But this was just like when he was there, he's there, and it's a big deal, and you're engaged with his cause.
Yeah.
And just his reasoning behind everything he's doing. Yeah, just amazing. When do we want to get into spoilers stuff? Anything else?
Yeah,
there are more. There's more stuff.
There's more stuff. The fight scenes are very well done. I think the main complaints that I heard about this movie going in was that they didn't give each character enough time, which I can totally understand due to the fact that it is a movie that has 10 plus heroes. However, I didn't feel that. I felt like every character really got their deserving moments.
It is why they say that, though. It's almost like a compliment because all these characters are so good. They not only deserve their own movie, but a lot of them have their own movies.
Yeah.
So you want more because you can get more and you will get more. So it's like, there is that. All of these characters are so great and how they're like almost effortlessly finessed into how everything just makes so much sense, how they roll into it. There's really no small scenes. Every part of the movie mattered.
Yeah, I agree. No
fat on it.
Yeah. It was all really purposefully done.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the character arcs that you see throughout, especially Tony Stark and Star-Lord. I think were two of the standouts.
Absolutely. I knew Tony Stark was going to be. Everyone loves Iron Man. Everyone loves Robert Downey Jr. So I knew he was gonna. But Star-Lord really hit me, where there's things in this that happen to him, and things aren't going to be the same. Definitely for his character, almost more than anybody, he went through the most. I don't know. A lot of them have had tragedies and stuff, but yeah, just a lot of stuff. He had a real turnaround. Some did not like some of the things he did in the movie, but there was reasons for it.
Yeah, I believe that they were justified, looking back on it now, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So,
and, Iron Man, he was just so solid in this movie.
Oh.
Which he's gonna be.
Yeah.
But I think this is, I've loved him in this the most out of any of, the stuff that even more than his solo. They really they got that character,
he's
nailed.
It's perfect.
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 And every time he so good. And they really do everyone perfect. So yeah, so where are you putting this in your list?
Yeah, me and you were on the same wavelength today. I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah.
I know
I'm saying make room for everyone. We're going to be kicking people off our top fives.
I'm going to this movie definitely makes my top 5.
Absolutely.
Sorry, Black Panther. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Yes.
Yeah, for everyone that doesn't know what we're talking about, we recently, for Avengers Infinity War, we had a special episode dedicated to us listing out our top favorite, Marvel movies, and we had the top 5, and it was hard doing it. But now it's going to be even harder to do it. So, yeah.
No, I would definitely agree. I want to watch it again before, I bring a final verdict. But it definitely makes the top 5.
I'm going next weekend to see it.
Again? Okay.
You're going to be in Florida, so you won't be coming. But
yeah, I definitely would not be.
Maybe for my 3rd time, we can go.
That sounds good. I would like to see it again. Hopefully not at $20 a seat with no reclining chairs.
We are definitely going to... my one, so we can put our feet up.
We'll go. We have the $10 movie with the sticky floors. All right. So definitely makes our top 5s. All right. So I think we're gonna get down into the nitty gritty, and we're gonna break down this movie piece by piece. So those of you who are afraid of spoilers, as I am. I hate spoilers.
Yes.
I've
not seen it. Go back, watch it.
You deserve to watch this movie without spoilers.
Yeah, because once you see it, you might think it, oh man, they haven't really talked about it too much. Like, I'm still on the fence. No, go see it. It's excellent. Come back.
Yeah, it's just very hard to talk about this movie without spoiling anything. Because so much of it...
impossible.
The last third of this movie is very intense, and it's hard. So, alright, let's begin. So, the movie opens up in, I think, the best possible way that it could have. We see... It pretty much picks up right after Thor Ragnarok ends.
Yeah.
And you get to see the aftermath of what Thanos does to the Asgardian ship.
Yes.
Thor is beaten up bad. Loki is kind of like watching, and you just see a massacre of Asgardians everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I feel bad for Asgard. They cannot catch a break.
They really can't.
Yeah, but that's it for them. They're gone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I guess it's just, Thor and Valkyrie, wherever she's at this point.
Yeah, no, the movie, we talked about this earlier, Valkyrie is nowhere to be seen in this opening.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna have to find out what happens to her.
Everyone, she's around somewhere.
Yeah, because I feel like if she was dead, they would have shown her die, or at least shown her dead body in a close-up.
I didn't see her floating around in space anywhere, so I hope she's alive, because I love Tessa Thompson, and she's great. She's one of my favorites right now, so yeah.
No, she's awesome. So I think the main point of this scene, Thanos is in search of the Infinity Stone, which Loki possesses. Yeah. Which is what? The Space Stone?
Space.
The Space Stone. So, essentially, Loki gives up the Infinity Stone in order to save Thor's life. Which is a bit shocking. Because that's really the full 180 of Loki's, coming around.
Yeah.
Like, think about the first Avengers, what Loki would have done to keep that Tesseract, and now he willingly gives it up to save Thor's life. That's a full 180. He's come full circle.
And it's weird because I really thought he was gonna be more of a, kind of willingly, like, giving it up to be a real thorn in, Thor's side, but, no, there was like a really emotional scene where, Loki tries to kill Thanos, but at that point, the stone was already given to him, and he did at that point, he's almost invincible, and, that didn't work out for Loki too much.
Yeah, he grabs Loki's throat and
chokes
him and then breaks his neck.
Yeah, and then, breaks his neck.
So, Loki is dead.
Yeah.
And Thanos even makes a point of saying, like, no regenerations this time or something like that.
Yeah, basically.
Which kind of shows that, like, he's been watching them, right?
He has, he has his agents all around. You don't know,
Which is kind of creepy. Not like, it's crazy to think that Thanos has been there the whole time, but he really has.
Yeah, I mean, they've shown him he's aware of things.
So,
to a certain extent.
Yeah, no, so, in this fight, in this tussle with the remaining people who are alive on the Asgardian ship, Hulk gets involved in this fight, and Hulk bum rushes, Thanos, and they start fighting, and Thanos kicks the living crap out of Hulk.
Yes, he
and
does.
That really plays, that one moment plays such a big part in the rest of this movie.
Definitely for Hulk's character, or Banner's character, because, Hulk he has stage fright at this point now. It's crazy. He got knocked out, and, now he's afraid.
Yeah. So, he takes out Hulk, And then he kills Heimdall in this scene as well. I think that was beforehand.
Yeah, he even killed... Yeah, I think it really opens up with it.
I think he's the first one to die, yeah. So yeah, Heimdall's dead at this point. Loki's dead. Hulk is destroyed. Oh, no, wait. No. Heimdall uses the Rainbow Bridge. That's when Thanos kills him.
Yeah, and then he kills him.
Thor kind of signals to Heimdall to use the Rainbow Bridge in order to bring Hulk to Earth.
Yeah.
It's at that point, after he does that Thanos kills Heimdall.
Yeah, and then, subsequently Loki.
So, after all of this, pretty much, Thor's in no shape to fight, and Thanos and his minions essentially just blow up the ship, the Asgardian ship.
Yeah, they're done with it, time to move on.
And they move on. So,
but they keep Thor alive.
Yes, they keep Thor alive.
To suffer, I guess.
Yeah. So he's floating around space, and we'll get back to him a little bit later.
Yeah.
So, the next scene, Hulk is crashing down to Earth. And by... I don't know if it's luck or if it was purposefully sent there by Heimdall, but crashes right into, what's that place called? The Sanctum Sanctorum?
Yeah, the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yeah, Doctor Strange's, his headquarters.
Yeah.
And, they were just about to go out, it looked like, who's the guy's name? Wong, yeah.
They were going to get some food.
Doctor Strange and Wong were about to go out, get some grub, and whoops, giant green monster flies through the sky, breaks apart his house, so he's got to deal with that. Transforms back into Banner, and essentially his first words are...
Yeah, Thanos, Thanos, he's coming, right? Or
Thanos is coming.
Or was it just he's coming?
I think he says Thanos. He says Thanos is coming.
Okay.
And of course that leads to Doctor Strange enlisting the help of Iron Man.
Yeah, how did they have his, I guess he had his number, they just called him or whatever.
He used it.
Oh yeah, didn't he use
he used a portal? He used a portal.
He was just like, come on.
Yeah, because, Tony Stark and Pepper Potts were discussing their future wedding plans.
Yeah, and he just comes in.
And, he comes in, he's like, we need your help. And he's like, we. And then, Banner pops out, hey Tony. Yeah. that was great. Yeah. I love how nonchalant, Bruce Banner is in that.
Yeah. And that's all while you see Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Yes. This movie jumps around a lot.
Date, pretty much, really confirming their romance.
Yes. That was hinted at.
Their budding romance that's been, inevitable because we know that's what happens. I really love it too, man. How they did that with... you really feel for them in this movie, a lot. Like, I really feel like they were underserved characters up until this point, even though they still don't have like a crazy amount of screen time, but the stuff that they do have in it was really good.
Oh, you know what we should mention though real quick? We forgot to mention that when Thanos arrived on Thor's ship, he already had one of the Infinity Stones. He had the Power Stone.
Well, even what was that? I think that was during Ragnarok. Don't they mention that in one of the other movies that Xandar was destroyed, the Nova Corps headquarters?
I believe so. And, I don't remember exactly which one it is, but I do remember that.
Yeah, maybe it was Guardians.
I want to say it was Guardians 2.
Volume 2, yeah. Maybe where it was destroyed and stuff.
But he's already got the Power Stone, and now he's got the Space Stone. So he's got 2 out of the 6 already.
Yeah.
So after we get that little look at...
Which is important, because now he can get to places so much faster.
Yeah, he can just pretty much...
Which is important for the whole movie, because he's...
Teleport.
There's no waiting around for him. He's going from place to place. He's not dilly-dallying.
Yeah, it's not like Dragon Ball Z, where the Saiyans are coming for, 3 months.
Yeah, they're just having to freaking,
it's like,
take forever.
Big purple guy, he's here.
Well, let's train for 6 months to get ready for him. No.
Nope.
He's here in
no time.
About T-minus 5 minutes,
Yeah. So.
Crazy.
Essentially, Tony and Bruce Banner have their, like, reunion of sorts, and Tony informs Banner on all the goings-on that's happened while he was gone, you know, him and Cap, with the Civil War, and, is this the scene where they're like, there's an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man, or was that later? I think that was a bit later, right?
Yeah, I think that was later, I think.
That was still a good scene, though. Really? But, so, pretty much while they're getting, reacquainted and Doctor Strange is there, and, there's an earthquake that starts like a rumbling.
Yeah.
And they look outside and, holy crap, big Thanos ship lands pretty much right in the heart of New York City. And we get our pretty much our first real introduction into what Thanos minions can do. Yeah.
You see the Black Order come, 4 of them in total.
I got their names here. It's,
Proxima Midnight.
Cull Obsidian,
Corvus
Glaive, yeah.
And,
Ebony Maw.
Yeah.
So,
which he's the magic guy that winds up taking Doctor Strange.
Yeah, he,
not to jump ahead, but
if you've seen the trailer, he's the one who looks like Voldemort.
Yeah.
I think I even leaned over to Alyssa.
But, like, way cooler.
I think I leaned over to Alyssa while the movie was going on. I'm like, you think he's a Slytherin? I'm like, anyway, yeah, it's probably a terrible joke, but.
It was. But yeah,
so, essentially, this is where we get our first look at the fact that Bruce Banner can't turn into Hulk anymore. He tries to, and Hulk just straight up refuses.
Yeah, their big guy was about to come attacking, and, they need the Hulk, but, he's getting a little, shy.
Yeah.
And,
to get performance
so that doesn't work out, but then Iron Man takes so many, what great action.
We get a really great fight scene between,
characters that haven't met before, like how they mix their fighting styles. Wong and, Doctor Strange, they were doing, like, a lot of the defensive stuff, because, the woman, Proxima Midnight, she was, like, shooting stuff at them. She was, like, taking, like, stuff. No, what was it? Corvus Glaive, actually. He was, like, taking stuff and, throwing them at them, and they were blocking it, and, then, that big guy, he comes, Hulk doesn't want none, so Iron Man has to fight him. That was so cool.
It was a really great fight scene.
And then you also see Spider-Man also going to the spaceship to see what the hell's going on.
Yeah, Spider-Man's on a school bus.
I love how he's on the school bus, and he's like, he created a distraction, and, and
we're all gonna die!
They're all, so he didn't need that much of a distraction, because he's already got one, so yeah, that was just really, really cool. Everyone was saying, like, beforehand, they're like, oh, well, how does he just, they saw him on the school bus, how does he, it's like, that's how, he just...
Yeah, there you
quick
go.
With it.
So Peter Parker, Spider-Man joins the fight. And
well, actually, no, not...
He goes to help out Tony Stark.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Because at this point, the battle has kind of spread out a little bit.
Yeah.
And, Strange is fighting a couple guys here. Tony Stark's fighting the big guy, I think, right?
Yeah, because,
and Doctor Strange is fighting... What's his name?
Corvus Glaive.
No, not Corvus Glaive.
Well, what happens is, doesn't he, like, take him, but, Doctor Strange, he, like, slips out because I love that part where the cape just grabs him and saves him, like, slips him out of, like, the hole that he had him in and stuff, and then Spider-Man grabs him.
I think his name's Ebony Maw.
Yeah, Ebony Maw.
That's the guy with the psychic powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do we keep saying Corvus Glaive?
Yeah,
That's the other one.
Yeah, Ebony Maw, is fighting... Doctor Strange, and they have a pretty cool, like, magic battle.
Yeah.
Eventually, he gets the better of, Doctor Strange and pretty much chokes him out and takes him onto the ship. Spider-Man attempts to save him.
He saves him, but then he gets...
But he's sucked into the spaceship.
Yeah, they all get sucked into that, spaceship thing.
So he's getting too high, he's running out of oxygen because he's too high up in the air. Iron Man then gives... Peter Parker the Iron Spider suit, right? Which is awesome. I had no idea that was in the movie.
He throws it at him and it clicks to his wrist and it just goes. Yeah, it's the same kind of the nano suit that Iron Man uses. Where it can just go on him. So that was just so cool.
Very, very cool.
And that's where you see the Iron Spider suit, and oh man, they used it a lot too. Like they didn't shy away. Like it wasn't just we're gonna show it once in this movie. No,
he had it for the rest of the film.
He's using it, and it's very useful, and you see all the applications he can use it for. And
so
it was really great.
Essentially, moving along a little bit, Spider-Man and Iron Man team up to try to save Doctor Strange. It's at this point where we get another.
All about Vision and Scarlet Witch are fighting the other Black Order.
Yes. The other. So the Black Order splits up, and they go to find the Mind Stone, which is embedded in Vision's head. So they're fighting them, and
pretty much they wanted the Eye of Agamotto and Vision's stone.
Yes,
both of the stones. So they attacked them. So they did get Doctor Strange, Ebony Maw, and the other guys they were very close. Oh man, that action was so cool, man. That whole fight when they're just trying to escape and stuff, and then Cap saves the day. So great.
Yeah,
so
I think
cool.
we should mention also that I was like totally shocked that first, pretty much Vision and Scarlet Witch are just talking, and then out of nowhere, boom! Vision takes a freaking like scimitar to the back, or a spear or whatever, and there's like audible gasps in the theater, like oh crap!
Yeah, like
wow, rough.
This is happening so like everything was moving so quickly, and it was like. No time to rest for the characters. It was really intense. Like, no time to rest as an audience, too. It was like, just, wow.
No, there was always something happening in this film.
Always some, like, thing. Oh, man. Okay. Damn, Spider-Man's getting sucked up into that, and Doctor Strange is getting sucked up. Oh, now they got the Vision they're fighting. It just...
Yeah, this, in the beginning, everything is very cluttered, then at the end, everybody kind of comes back together for the most part.
The Guardians, they meet Thor.
Yeah, that's the next, big scene. They're going to a distress signal, presumably by the Asgardians, and, they run right into Thor, literally. Yeah. He just smacks against their windshield. And
he does,
They pull him inside, Thor and
so good. Just
Star-Lord have a bit of a... I love
the interactions, the jealousy of Star-Lord with them, because Gamora's like falling for him almost, because he's the handsome god. And,
what did Alyssa say they called? They called him an angel pirate.
Yeah,
whatever it was, that was funny.
Really cool, really good stuff. The stuff with Rocket and Thor, really good.
Yeah, and we see our first little bit of teenage Groot. Aside from the after credits scene,
just the whole time.
Yeah, he's playing like Space Invaders or something. That's really
like
funny.
A knockoff of that, but it was like Defender or something like Space Defender.
So we saw him a little bit in the after credits scene for Guardians 2, but now we get to see him like fleshed out. He's full on teenage moody Groot,
playing a spaceship game while he's in a spaceship. It's just hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, there's so much irony going on in that.
And I do that because I'll you play those sim games, you end up farming simulator and stuff.
Yeah, right. Like I could just be actually farming.
I could actually be doing,
some planting and
football instead of just playing a game.
Like Madden, yeah.
So good.
So essentially this leads to a splitting up of the Guardians.
Yeah,
so
they decide to go split up.
Yeah.
Thanos'
Yeah, Groot, Thor, and Rocket Raccoon. They take the pod of the Milano, and essentially they're going to
the Forge.
The Forge, which is where Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet was created. It's where Mjolnir was created. So he's going to get a weapon that can kill Thanos.
Yeah, and I like how I don't remember the name of the place where it is because it actually has a name. But
it was
I think it's like
Faramir or something like that.
I don't know.
I forget.
I remember having like an eye, like is I don't know. But,
Everlore? I'm just making up names here.
Yeah, maybe. Something like that. And, just, I like how they, it kind of sounds like a Thor realm, Asgard or Midgard and Niflheim and so it almost sounds like that, but it's basically the forge where they're making, because Thor needs a new hammer.
Yeah. So, and while they're doing that, Gamora, Drax, Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah.
And Nebula.
Oh, and no, not Nebula. What's your face? The psychic.
Mantis.
They go to nowhere. The place.
The collector's
area.
Yeah, it's collection.
Is it a planet? No, it's a city, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't think it's a whole planet. Whatever.
It's not a whole planet, but it's his, it's like a space mansion.
So, yeah, they're going there to confront Thanos because, he's going there.
Well, they don't know yet. They don't know whether he got there yet, so they're going to see if the collector, has it still, or what happened there, or whatever happens. So, yeah, they were going there, and then, you see that huge battle between them.
Between who?
Thanos and
Gamora?
Yeah, the Guardians.
Okay. Essentially, they see Thanos, interrogating the Collector.
Yeah.
And Drax gets a little hot-headed and jumps the gun a little bit, and they kind of have to just go into the fray.
But even all that is an illusion.
Yes.
Because Gamora goes in for the kill shot. She attempts to, and it would have been good, but he already has too many stones. He already got the stone from the Collector, so that's 3 right there. Mm-hmm. So, boom. So, he already has that, so he's pretty much invincible at this point. And it doesn't work for them. He takes Gamora.
Yeah, he takes Gamora. Earlier on in the Guardian scene, Gamora pretty much asks Star-Lord to kill her if Thanos tries to take her.
They had this really good scene where Gamora's talking, if I don't want to be Thanos' slave again, if he gets hold of me or whatever, kill me or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Star-Lord he can't do it. He's already been in that position. What was that, in the first Guardians or the second Guardians, where there was a situation quite like that, and he couldn't do it then either. So it's like, he ain't built like that.
No, but he turns out he does. And he attempts to shoot her, but his gun turns into bubbles.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does actually do it. Yeah, and it's just ends up, it's all an illusion.
It's all an illusion.
And then she gets taken, and then they leave. Oh wow, what's next? What is happening? I guess that's when Cap and they take Vision.
They go to Wakanda.
To get help from Shuri.
Yes. So essentially, what they're trying to do is remove the Infinity Stone, the Mind Stone from Vision's head without killing him, and the Wakandan technology can do this. This is also where we get a reunion between Bucky and Cap.
Yeah.
Or should I call him the White Wolf?
You just can't. I mean, you just can't call him the Winter Soldier anymore because he's not. He's the White Wolf now. He's not an assassin anymore. I really like that. It's always good seeing him. He was really good in this. The whole thing with him and Rocket spinning around while they're in the battle and stuff. Really good stuff.
So I think at this point it kind of goes a little bit back, right? We see Iron Man and Spider-Man pretty much thinking of a plan in order.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I really love that battle between Ebony Maw and them. Just how they do the magical kind of stuff. It was really cool.
Very cool. So they get the sneak attack on him.
Yeah.
And essentially, as Peter calls it, you ever see that really old movie Aliens? And they essentially do the same thing from that movie where they open up a hole in the side of the ship and Ebony Maw gets sucked out.
And also his cape also saves the day too.
Yes.
Like his cape is with them and stuff.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it was really cool because, yeah, and then Iron Man seals up the hole or whatever.
He uses so a frost, little blast.
I love how they just have like Spider-Man will do like references like that.
Yeah.
Like the Hoth scene in Star Wars for Civil War, and this one, it's the aliens. Like, so cool.
Very, very cool. I definitely enjoy, Spider-Man's, quips and his innocence in all of this.
But how brave he is also, the fearlessness, I'm young and stuff, but I'm in it, I'm not just gonna...
Yeah.
He's a hero.
So,
you really see him be that level of a hero, where Tony Stark anoints him as an event. He knights
That's
him.
right, he does, yes.
He knights him and says, you're an Avengers.
Very quickly, very quick inauguration.
A very quick, funny, whatever, but yeah, you're an Avenger now, kid. You're in space, you're an Avenger.
Yeah. No, very cool. I thoroughly enjoyed, that scene. And then, of course, we see that great scene from the trailer where, he's like, oh, hey, I'm Peter Parker, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Oh, we're using our made-up names. Well, Spider-Man. Great, comedic timing on both their parts.
Yeah, just really good, the stuff between Doctor Strange and Tony Stark, really, really good quips between both of them.
And we should mention that essentially Doctor Strange, in summary, says the Time Stone is more important to me than anything. I will not hesitate to allow either of you to die if I can save it.
Yeah, once they beat Ebony Maw and they crash on Titan.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange is like, hey man, he's like, you brought this kid. He's like, if it comes between the stone, like you said, and you guys, I have to choose the stone. He's like, this is the, I'm the Sorcerer Supreme. This is my job,
Right, exactly.
Really intense stuff. Really good, really good dialogue. As always, really good acting and stuff. Really good.
So, this leads to, so obviously they crash land on Titan, and, Thanos, right?
Yeah.
So they meet Thanos, and where's Bruce Banner during all this? I forget. Oh, he's in Wakanda, right?
Yeah, he went with Cap and them to,
right. I think we forgot to mention that, yeah, he went with Captain America to Wakanda.
Well, yeah, because they all got sucked up in spaceship, but he was left there.
Right.
Because he couldn't, do anything.
Alright. I just want to make sure we didn't leave him out.
Definitely not.
Yeah, so essentially, they come up with a plan to kind of, to try to fight that. Oh wait, we completely skipped, the meeting between the Guardians and,
Did we?
Yeah. Cause, it's here on Titan that, Star-Lord and Drax and Mantis meet up with Tony and Doctor Strange and Peter Parker.
Yeah. True.
So they become a unit. They're at ends, and then they're like, oh wait, we both want to fight Thanos. They have this great scene between, Spider-Man and Star-Lord where they're like, oh, you mean Footloose? He mentioned the dance off.
Actually, yeah.
No, yeah, it was really great. And I really wish we got more of that, because I would have loved to see Star-Lord, kind of adjusting to, future tech and what's going on in Earth, because all he knows is, 70s and 80s references. And
yeah.
So I would have loved to see more of that. Still cool, though. So, essentially, they come up with a plan to take out Thanos in one of the most craziest fight scenes.
Yeah.
In the whole movie.
Yeah. The Thanos and Guardians/Avengers fight is just
fantastic.
Crazy, man. He throws a moon on him.
Yeah.
Just like the comics.
Yeah, it reminded me very much of, you ever play The Force Awakens?
Yeah.
Where Starkiller takes a Star Destroyer and pulls it out of the sky. Dude. Anyway, that's what I was thinking of. I know, a totally weird reference. But essentially, this is the closest they ever come to, I think, defeating Thanos. Except for maybe one other instance later on, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, essentially, Mantis grabs Thanos' head, they hold him down, and they're trying to get the Infinity Gauntlet off. Star-Lord's, like, interrogating Thanos, where's Gamora, yada, yada, yada. And essentially, as Mantis is reading his mind, they find out that Thanos killed Gamora. He sacrificed her to get the Soul Stone. So I think we should backtrack a little bit and explain that scene a little bit.
A little bit. It was a really intense scene, man. You get, because they go to this, I guess it's like, for, what was it, the Soul Stone?
Yeah, yeah.
So they go to the soul realm, the soul dimension or whatever, where they meet the Red Skull.
Yeah, he's like the keeper of the Soul Stone.
Yeah, he's like the gatekeeper now of the Soul Stone, and you need to basically, in order to get the Soul Stone, you need to kill someone you love.
And I was so excited that he was still played by Hugo Weaving, too. They got him back for the part.
And And we've been waiting so long to see more, like, what happened to the Red Skull? What happened to the... We haven't seen him since the first Avenger.
And now we know.
And now we know, he's living a pretty miserable existence.
Yeah.
Just hanging out. Gotta be pretty bored. He doesn't even have, like, a PlayStation with him or anything. Like, yeah, man.
Well, he is a Nazi, so...
Yeah, I mean...
He's not exactly the greatest guy.
Yeah.
He could be a little bored.
Sure. Spending an eternity being bored. But,
now he's even more bored, because now he's got nothing to do. Cause, essentially...
Wait, so now what happens? Because now, if there's no Soul Stone there, what he's the gatekeeper of?
He's nothing. He's literally just a Nazi in the middle of nothing.
Does he get to, like, leave?
I don't know. Maybe.
I guess we'll see.
Hell,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, essentially, the Red Skull tells Thanos, in order to obtain the Soul Stone, you must sacrifice someone you love. And then Gamora essentially laughs this off, and she's like, well, he's never loved anybody. Yeah. And then you see the tears start welling up in his eyes, and you realize, no, he loves Gamora. Yeah. And there's this great flashback scene. I forget where it's in the movie, but you see Gamora being taken as a kid.
I think it's like right around there where they just do a flashback. Yeah. Like...
And we actually predicted that too in our predictions video. Yeah. We talked about how they should open the film with that, but I like the way they opened it better. Definitely more hard hitting.
Definitely one of my favorite points in the movie.
The flashback?
Part, the flashback.
Yeah.
Just so, that little, just a little girl. He comes to the planet, he wipes out half the people, and he takes her, and, like, he's like, what about our parents? And, like, he gives her the knife.
Yeah, yeah.
And, he, like, lets her, like, play with the knife while basically everyone's being killed in the background, and he's like, don't look, and stuff.
Yeah.
And he just takes her, just really crazy, like, really, like, you see what Thanos is doing. Like, I think that's where you get, like, a lot of backstory for Thanos, as much as Gamora, too. But, like, yeah, you get to see, like, what he's actually going planet by planet and doing.
Yeah.
And, like, you really see, like,
it's insane. So, you find out that Thanos loves Gamora, but apparently not enough, because he still sacrifices her. And throws her...
Because he really believes what he's doing is right.
He does. He throws her down the pit and sacrifices her... Thank you. And sacrifices her in order to obtain the Soul Stone. So, at this point, now he has all of them except for the Time Stone and the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
So, fast forward a little bit back to the fight scene. this is easily one of the best fight scenes in the movie.
Which one?
Between the Avengers, the Guardians, and Thanos on Titan.
Yeah.
So essentially, yeah. So Star-Lord is beaten up on Thanos because he, essentially he killed Gamora, but unfortunately,
he finds out because they have him. The Guardians and Avengers have him in a lock. A hold.
Yeah.
They're trying to get the Infinity Gauntlet off of him, and Mantis is on top of him and using her mind control powers to to render him like incapable of moving and stuff, to paralyze him sort of. And it's working, everything's going, they almost have it, but Star-Lord's like, where's Gamora? And he finds out what happened. And he
pretty much just starts slamming Thanos in the face with his gun.
A lot of people had problems with that, but
you know what? Listen, he just found out that this guy killed his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he wasn't thinking rationally. Like, he just thinks, like, that was his, because right before that, like, they actually, like, confirmed their romance, too, with, like, them kissing finally, and, that whole scene that we didn't even mention with Drax watching.
Oh, yeah,
while
that was funny.
Making out, and they're like, how long have you been here? He's like, an hour.
That was really funny.
Oh, man, just
there are
really
so many
good
comedic moments in this movie, but essentially, Star-Lord starts hitting Thanos in the face. He, I think he, like, by mistake hits Mantis's hand or something like that.
She loses control, and
she flinches.
They were barely able to hold on as it was, and he knocked her off.
Yeah, and there's a point where they have the Infinity Gauntlet. It literally comes off like up to his fingers.
Yeah,
like,
he was like barely like they were like just about to slip off as it was slipping off. Like he comes back. And,
I think that's why so many people had an issue with what Star-Lord did, because they were so close.
Yeah.
And if they had just gotten that off, that would have been it.
Yeah.
They easily could have taken Thanos at that point. Because, he's strong, but they've also got the numbers game.
Yeah.
And they could have taken him.
Yeah, they were so close, but so
it doesn't
far
happen,
away.
And Thanos...
They get another chance to later, and once again, they just close, but they could not kill him.
Close, but no cigar. So Thanos pretty much just after he gets pissed off, essentially just beats the ever-loving crap out of all of them. And
he beats them all up, and
he's like 2 seconds away from killing.
He uses like what did he throws? He just like stabs basically Tony.
He stabs Tony, I think, with a piece of. I think one of Tony's weapons, his own weapon.
Yeah, I think it was like a piece of his armor or something.
Yeah,
and
he stabs him in like the ribs area.
Yeah, and
essentially he's literally going to kill Tony Stark. He's got this great line where he's like, "I respect you." It's like after half the population dies, it's like, "I hope they will remember you." Like, so it shows that Thanos respects. He's not just a paper cutout villain. He is obviously, he has respect for his adversaries, and he knows what he's doing isn't necessarily the right thing, but he believes in it because he knows it's the thing that he
knows it's bad. He just knows it has to be.
It has to be done.
It has to be done.
Which I don't know if we really talked about his mission, but if you didn't know, his mission essentially is to cut the population in order to expand resources.
Yeah, instead of people going hungry and, overpopulation sort of thing.
Yeah.
He wants to keep the balance.
Yeah, and the thing is that he's tired, because as you see on Gamora's planet, he, the way he was doing it before brought a lot of fear to people. Yeah. And he wants to give them a merciful death. It's commendable in a way, he's not just a monster. He believes what he's doing is right. He knows it's wrong, but he knows it's also right. It's hard to explain, but
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so Doctor Strange ends up doing exactly what he said he wasn't going to do, and he gives up the Infinity Stone.
Well, let's back up a second.
You're gonna talk about the 14 million outcomes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because before they even get into the fight, they have a little time to prepare when the Guardians are first meeting Iron Man, the Avengers, and I guess Doctor Strange, he uses the stone, the Eye of Agamotto, to go into like millions of different outcomes for this scenario that they're facing, and only one is where they win.
Yeah.
And that's just with them winning. That doesn't mean that everyone wins. That just means, like, it's the best part. Like, we don't even know exactly how winning is for them either.
Yeah.
But, just a crazy scene with that. So, we don't know what they formulated a plan. We don't know exactly what it was yet.
Right.
For, I guess, part 2, we'll find out if there was more to the plan. Or did it completely fall apart and none of that was in the plan? We don't know.
So essentially he gives up the Infinity Stone to save Tony Stark's life. Which probably, as you said before, leads back to what he witnessed in those 14 million outcomes, and realized that giving the Infinity Stone up would really not do much for them at that point. Because if they fail taking it out there's no use in keeping the Infinity Stone around.
Yeah.
That's pretty much that.
That's why I feel like that was part of the plan. That they were going to give it to him.
Yeah, I agree. Because he knows something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think either that or they really thought that he wouldn't get the other one.
So, while all this is going on, flashback to Wakanda, it's under attack.
Yes, by the rest of the Black Order that wasn't killed.
And these really crazy looking Demogorgon things that are summoned by the Black Order. I guess they're Thanos' troops, but I don't know what they are.
They're not Chitauri, because the ones that were in the first Avengers, I guess they're just some new alien.
Another alien race,
that he's taken over and using as crazy monster slaves.
Yeah, so
aliens.
Yeah, we get the largest fight scene in any, I think, Marvel movie.
Yeah.
So you have Captain America, Bucky. We get to see Bruce Banner and the Hulkbuster.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
You finally get to see him fighting, but in a Hulkbuster, which was really cool. I liked he got his arm ripped, the robot arm ripped off, but he was really good in it, and it was really fun watching that take place.
That was great. So we had the Wakandans were the main army for the Avengers, led by Black Panther and the other leaders of the tribes that we saw in Black Panther.
Yeah, the Ubatu or whatever his name is.
I think that's right.
I guess because the other guy, you know what it is? I think it was because the other guy, in Black Panther, the other guy that helped kill Killmonger, that wanted to help, thought Killmonger was right and then fought against all them and stuff. I think he got demoted, so now the other Ubatu or whatever his name is, Ubatu, he's now the new war chief or whatever, I guess, sort of guy, because they didn't show the other guy at all.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll see. We'll find out what happened to them in Black Panther 2. But
I'm sure. We'll get. And Shuri too. We saw her. She was trying to help Vision get out take the gem out.
Right.
We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, so while all this is going on, Vision's on the operating table. What's her name? The Black Panther's sister? Sherry. She's doing surgery on Vision, getting pretty much reconfiguring the way that the Infinity Stone is attached to Vision's head. And the whole time Scarlet Witch is kind of like standing guard. Because
really, you wouldn't be able to take out the Soul Stone without killing Vision.
Yeah.
And they wanted to be able to save the Vision. And that she's working on that everyone else is pretty much fighting, defending. They got the cool shield over the Wakandan city.
Yeah, and then they drop a panel of it in order to funnel all of them in through it.
Yeah, and they see them coming. They're so crazy. They're like piling up, and they're coming through anyway. Like even bits and pieces of them are coming through.
Oh yeah, that was so crazy.
Yeah, and then they're almost blowing the shield. So yeah, they allow them to funnel in almost 300 style, where it's like you get them coming through a little tunnel, so they're easier to manage.
Right.
And so good. You see that scene where Black Panther and Captain America are running because they're attacking, and it's just them running super speed, like, past everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's super cool.
First jumping into attack.
Yeah, I really like the scene.
Amazing.
War Machine dropping the bombs over...
War Machine dropping the bombs while Falcon's blasting them with his machine gun. Unfortunately, we didn't see much of his pet robot, Red Wing.
A little bit, not much though.
You didn't really get to see too much of that.
He sent him out.
He did send him out to what was he doing? I'm forgetting.
It was too hectic.
It was so
very hectic fight scene.
Everyone's fighting. White Wolf's fighting with.
He's got like a machine gun of some
shooting,
sort.
And also we didn't talk Okoye and Black Widow. Their team up with.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Amazing. So what other characters got really, who else was really good in that battle? Because we know Captain, what did you think about his new shield?
It fit the new character, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it fit for that scene.
It does make sense because he's not Captain America, he's technically Nomad at this point.
Yeah.
Like his whole team is, so he couldn't really have that American, flag shield, so it makes sense. And I
think it fit the more hectic fight style. You know, he's able to take out the smaller shield was better suited for that.
For that, and it'll make it even better when he uses his regular stuff and he's Captain America again. Eventually, hopefully.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I think he will. I think he will. Essentially, this whole fight goes on for a while, and it's a massacre.
For a while, but not. It was so hectic and quick, but just so much stuff was happening. But you do get a nice sense of everything that's going on.
Yeah. So unfortunately, they're just getting overwhelmed. There's too much going on. Vision has to join the fray. He hops off the operating table. And he's fighting, and
just in the last, because they were kind of invading, so there was like a quick, at the buzzer, he gets up and he helps for a very little bit, at least.
Yeah, and during the fight scene, all of Thanos' minions are killed in some way or another.
Well, what happened was Scarlet. They shot down these weird, like, sidewinder, like, giant robot things that were gonna destroy everybody, but Scarlet Witch, because she was done with the Vision, she goes down to help out, and that was a great scene where she just picks those giant robots and flips them on their enemies or whatever.
That was cool.
And they're like, oh, why didn't she help at first?
Yeah.
That was really good. So that was pretty much the last push for those. And then Thanos
arrives on the battlefield.
Once he's done with killing everybody over there, he goes there. And then this last crazy battle.
This last bit. So, essentially, I think we should, so we haven't really talked about them in a while, and you really don't see a whole lot of them, but we should really, do a quick recap of what happened on the Forge planet with Thor.
True.
Because this next part involves Thor, and we need to find out what happened to him.
We actually forgot to discuss them.
So I'm going to do a really brief thing on this. Essentially, they go to this forge. Thor sees that the light is no longer lit, and he's like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
He goes through real quick, and you meet Peter Dinklage, who's playing a giant dwarf, which is hysterical. It's very ironic.
Yeah. What did you think about that?
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
It was, I guess, one of the weaker scenes.
Yeah, I mean...
It wasn't great, but...
As much as I love Peter Dinklage, like, why does he keep getting these roles that kind of, like, underutilize him?
Yeah, I agree. He's such a good talker.
Because what was it, X-Men, Days of Future Past, like, he had, like, a small role in that, and...
I liked him in that, though.
Yeah, I like him in everything, but, like... Why couldn't he be a more prominent figure?
I agree.
But hey, whatever.
I would have much rather seen him be like a politician or something, because I think he's got that speech, the wording for it. But
I would have liked to see him as like MODOK or something like that.
Oh, that would be cool.
Pretty much all digital, because he's all like
Ooh, that would be cool.
Just mostly his voice, like being a villain for like that or something.
That's dope. But essentially, what happens is. Thor and Rocket and Groot essentially help the giant dwarf man to restart the forge.
Yeah, because what happened was Thanos destroyed his hands pretty much. He had like robot hands because
they were like stone
crafting any. Yeah, it was
his hands were like made of stone. And he couldn't make anything else for anybody.
And he killed all the other dwarfs, by the way, while destroying the forge. So they had to. Basically, Rocket was, tinkering around because he's the mechanic expert type thing, and Thor is the god, so he had to do the heavy lifting. I really liked that scene.
Yeah, it was good.
People were saying, "Oh, well, why is Thor so powerful? He can take the blast from a dying star."
Oh yeah, we should definitely talk about that. In the process of them restarting and getting Thor's new weapon
with Groot, they were with Groot. We didn't get to mention that also Groot was with Rocket and Thor.
I mentioned that when we first...
Did we?
Okay, yeah. He was there. Honestly, Groot was probably the least utilized person in this entire movie.
But when he was utilized very well.
He was utilized well, just not a lot.
Purpose. Yeah.
And yes. Yeah, like we said earlier, everything was done with a lot of purpose.
Yeah.
Thor takes a blast from the freaking dying star through his chest
for a little while. Too. It
seemed like a while
on the brink of
burning alive.
He was already messed up, but then to get him blasted like that, he was going to die if not for Groot. Actually, because
Groot saved him, right? He pulled him off.
No, he cut his Groot arm off to make the
healing.
The hammer, the Stormbreaker's, it didn't have a handle, so Groot's arm, he chopped his own arm off.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. And then that healed him. Right?
Yeah, which it went to him.
Like regenerated him. Which is cool. So,
super awesome.
Yeah, so now he's got, the Stormbreaker. Also, we should, mention that Rocket gave him an eye.
Super hell yeah, that was when they first met Thor. I think it was just Thor and Groot when they were left to go to the forge. Yeah, he gave him that eye or whatever. He's like, yeah, I got this from someone or whatever.
Yeah.
And Thor just pops it and he's like, you should have cleaned that before, But yeah, that was super funny.
That was great.
Yeah, so now he's not one-eyed Thor anymore.
Yes. So, Rocket and Groot show up on the planet as well with Thor, during this scene. There's a great...
Yeah, as soon as basically he gets that, they immediately go to Earth.
Yeah. So they arrive pretty much around the same time that Thanos does. I think a little bit beforehand.
It was beforehand while they were fighting.
Because they were getting overwhelmed. And
they were getting, like, there was so many of them. And Thor just comes
Thor comes down, total Super Saiyan 2, lightning everywhere. Yeah. Just blasting everybody. Really cool.
White Wolf and Rocket.
They have a fantastic interaction where Rocket is like, what did he say? How much for the arm?
Yeah.
He's like, it's not for sale. Oh, I'm gonna get that arm. That's freaking great. That is freaking great. I don't know why Rocket has this really weird fascination with like stealing people's body parts, but it's fantastic.
The leg
and I love it.
And he just, and if it's interesting, he's a raccoon. He's a thief raccoon, much like Sly Cooper.
Yes. Maybe that's why I identify with Rocket so much.
Yeah,
I love his the throwbacks to Sly Cooper. Thor has some really badass scenes. Groot's tearing people up. Rocket and the White Wolf are doing awesome combo moves straight out of like Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
In this movie, there was so many great. Maybe we think they're just great because it's like the new characters and seeing them do this stuff for the first time.
Everybody meshed really well, though.
It's so amazing, to see Black Widow with Okoye and to see, Nebula working with, Tony Stark and, Thor with Rocket and Groot and even Groot was fighting. He was doing some really cool stuff too.
Yeah.
And that, some really cool stuff.
Yeah, once he put down the video game, he was tearing it up.
Yeah.
Alright, so after this really cool fight scene, Thanos arrives on the battlefield. And
does he?
Pretty much everybody and their mom tries to fight him, but it's not working.
Most people don't get close except a few. Which is Captain.
Yeah.
And Thor, I think.
So, essentially what happens is that
they're trying to save Vision.
They're trying to save Vision. It's not working.
Everyone's trying to save everybody. Everyone's getting smacked around by Thanos. They can't even get close. They're all trying to protect. It's the end game.
The only people that are not there at this point are Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange. Right? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, and Star-Lord. Star-Lord and Drax and Drax. Mantis. Pretty much everyone who was on Titan, because they're stranded.
All they're the Earth there. People, plus Thor, Rocket, and Groot.
Yes.
Much.
So
they try to fight him, quote unquote, but to no avail.
And while this is happening, essentially, Scarlet Witch is trying to destroy the Infinity Stone, essentially killing the man she loves in the process. Very emotional scene.
Yeah, because much like how Gamora was telling Star-Lord to kill her.
Yeah.
Vision was saying the same. He's like, please. He's like, you're the only one with the power to do it if Shuri's thing doesn't work. You have to do it, and she does it. Much like Star-Lord does with that, but
she destroys the Infinity Stone, Vision dies, and but unfortunately
at this point I'm just freaking out at this point. I don't even know what to do.
It's a very twist and turny scene.
You see just that what could be almost, with that relationship, and then you see him just being killed by,
And so Vision explodes with the Infinity Stone. Yeah. But it's very short-lived, as Thanos almost immediately after steps in and uses the Time Stone.
Yeah, he's like, that was he's like, I let you do that just because I wanted to see you pretty much do all that. That's fun and all, but rewind.
Yeah, he rewinds time and just literally rips the goddamn stone out of Vision's head in a much more gruesome
painful,
way to death. Yeah.
Torturous. Yeah, really terrible. To have to die by a loved one and then to come back just to be die even worse.
Yeah, no, his death was really brutal.
Gotta feel for Vision in this one.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul Bettany did a really good job.
Amazing.
So, yeah, at this point, Thanos has...
Then you just see Scarlet Witch being, At that point, when he gets a stone, that's where everyone... That's it, right?
Well, then there's the last scene. So, Thanos gets all the Infinity Stones. You can see the power coursing through his, through his body. Very, if you can relate to like Dragon Ball Z, very like a Super Saiyan type of thing. It settles down, and not 2 seconds after he gets all the stones, Thor jumps out of the sky and slams Stormbreaker into Thanos' chest. Like right above, like pretty much like right into his clavicle area. Like
almost like just
pretty much sinks it in deep too.
Like that was the kill move, but unfortunately
Thanos but it really looks like Thanos is going down. He like drops to a knee, I believe, right?
Yeah, he was dying.
He was dying. And essentially, with his last words, he's like, "You should have aimed for the head." Yep. And then snaps.
Blink. And from there, he leaves. He's hurt because the Infinity Stone's like all messed up.
Oh yeah, his gauntlet is smoking. It's black.
The gauntlet is messed up.
Oh yeah, big time.
But it works, and he goes back to his home planet.
Yeah, of Titan.
And watches the sunset over a grateful universe. Or a not so grateful universe, depending on how you look at it.
And then, so pretty much, they're all like, what did you just do? What did he do? And then slowly but surely,
Actually, very quickly, everybody, half
the universe dies.
And half the Avengers.
And half the Avengers, half the Guardians, half of everybody. And some really key players, they start fading into dust.
Pretty much all the new players.
Yeah, Black Panther dies.
Black Panther, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange.
Well, Vision, obviously, but in a different way.
Star-Lord.
Drax.
Mantis.
Everyone except Nebula, Iron Man,
Captain America.
Bucky's
dead, right?
Yeah. Well, he gets taken along with Black Panther and everybody. It's Thor, Nebula, Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, and Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
I think out of all of these, the saddest death is easily Spider-Man's.
Yeah, it's definitely his Doctor Strange really really killed me.
I don't know about Doctor. See, the thing is, Doctor Strange dying. That sucks. But watching Spider-Man, who's essentially just a teenager, a kid, he's still in high school, pretty much just like crying and like saying like I don't want to go, and I'm scared, and he just, as he starts fading away, it's super emotional, and it's one of those like moments where you feel like yourself, like you can feel like emotional and the welling up of sorts. I'm not usually like, there's not many movies that'll make me flat out cry, but I'll definitely get emotional, and this is definitely the most emotional scene for me with Spider-Man's death.
It really was. It was tough just because he's the youngest and the freshest, he has a whole life ahead of him. So that was just a real crazy. But at this point, I was like trying to just scoop my jaw off the floor, like everyone that's gone. I'm like, what's going on? And
while I was waiting for the after credits scene, I tweeted out, I was like, you could hear a pin drop in this theater. Silence.
Yeah, everyone just big question marks. Like, okay. Oh man,
I took a look around the theater, and literally everybody had the same face I did.
Yeah.
Just pure disbelief, shock, awe.
Crazy.
Just so many emotions, and so
Just
that's how
so crazy.
The movie ends, and then of course, like most Marvel movies, there is an after credits scene.
Yes. Yes. People don't like those. I don't mind.
I love them.
People are like,
I think
don't have patience.
It adds a little something to the movie, you know?
Like, why do I see so many people leaving, like, during the after credits?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
So, pretty much, we get, our first look in a very long time at Nick Fury and Agent Hill.
Yeah.
And they're driving along in the streets of New York City.
We knew they're always lurking around.
Yeah, for the longest time, I couldn't even remember whether or not if Nick Fury died, because he hasn't been around for so long. I was like, did he die and I didn't realize it? Like,
And he pops out, and then Maria Hill starts disappearing, and I'm like, okay. And then he starts disappearing. I'm like, oh, I thought he was gonna maybe play more of a part in part 2 or something, but then... No, Captain Marvel. He sends out a
message, text,
a signal
and
to her.
I think one of the honestly, it was kind of funny, but obviously everybody knows that Samuel L. Jackson's catchphrase is
the F word,
the F word, mother effer.
Yeah,
and so he's just about to say it right before he disappears. He's like mother, and then
and the rest of him disappears. And his old burner cell phone drops to the ground with the Captain Marvel logo.
The Captain Marvel logo pops up, and then the colors shoot across.
Yes, everyone. A lot of my friends are like, "What is that?" Because they don't get it. But I was like, "Yeah, that's Captain Marvel. That's the logo. You know,
that's very cool."
So cool.
So we get that's the ending credits scene, and then one last piece of text goes across the screen and says Thanos will return in Avengers 4.
Yes.
Or something like that. Something to that effect.
So, oh man.
So.
Crazy. A lot. I know we're running long.
We're hitting an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Almost 21 minutes at this point.
So, we're gonna be talking about Avengers more.
I think maybe next episode we should talk about...
We're gonna do what for part 2, I guess. Maybe what are we gonna be wanting in part 2? Everyone else, let us know, like, what did you see the movie? What did you think? Let us know, question-wise, like, what you, in part 2, like, what are you guys gonna think's gonna happen?
Yeah, send us a tweet, a Facebook message, a carrier pigeon.
Instagram,
whatever your mode of communication is, mail, standard mail. Hell, I'll take a certified letter. Why not?
Sure.
Hedgewig, little owl mail. I'll take it. A howler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Message in a bottle?
Morse code, whatever.
Morse code's cool. I don't know it personally.
Binary, however you wanna,
Be like, yo, Thanos was 0010001. I'd be like, yo, he was totally 001.
0011.
111. 00.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know. Yeah, we're gonna be discussing this for a while. This is gonna be on our brains. We'll try to figure out what we're gonna do exactly for next episode.
So yeah, a truly shocking ending to a phenomenal movie. Thank you guys so much for listening. And I guess
sticking with us in this long episode. This is the longest one we've done.
Yes, it is.
Just because this is the craziest movie we've seen since our show's been around. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much, as always.
iTunes.
Go to iTunes. 5-star. Subscribe to us.
Leave a comment. That really helps us out in the algorithms.
Reviews.
And share it to a friend.
Totally, yeah.
Just, please, share it to one of your friends. One of your friends, if he's seen Infinity War, just, share our episode.
Absolutely.
See what they think.
All right, guys. You have a fantastic week. I will be in Disney.
Yes. Yes. I guess. Yeah. When you come back, we'll have to.
Yeah, we'll do another episode when I come back.
And a review on Disney.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely great. I would love to do that. Yeah, there you go. Our next episode will be Avengers Avengers 4. Predictions and wants and needs, and Brian's review of his Disney trip.
Yes.
So there you go. That's what you have coming to you on the Geeklirious.
Yes.
Guys, take care. Roll the outro.
Yeah.